We are BRAP. We are live, and we have a great show for everyone today. Tonight, I should say. Tonight, because it's not the day, it's nighttime. We have all day digital from the Scumcast joining us today.
Legion of Scum.
The Legion of Scum. And I don't know. I think Luca might show up, but I think that's predicated whether or not she has access to Cyberpunk. But I think she might have access to Cyberpunk. But maybe she joins us tonight. Big shout out to Luca, by the way, who gifted me the Dragon Bone Smasher sword in Demon Souls, which I'm just wrecking house on that. So big shout out to her. But on that note, let's go ahead and get the show started right now. I'll tell you what, if I ever run for office, that's going to be my intro music when I walk on stage to accept the nomination.
That's a little cyberpunkish, huh?
Yeah, right? Yo, all day. That is so true. I actually did fire up Cyberpunk for a quick minute. I wanted to play a little bit before I went live. Didn't have an opportunity to because I was messing around with my computer. But I did fire up the game and immediately heard the intro music. So yeah, definitely Cyberpunk vibes there. It's pretty cool. But
and you gotta walk out like Vince McMahon when you come out. You know how the Vince walk
from Todd Howard, man.
Yeah, exactly.
This might be the best episode of BRAP that y'all
Cigarette and a bomber jacket.
Yeah, right. Yeah, this might be a fast episode. Cyberpunk is here. We talk a lot about that, the controversy around the reviews in that game, and people being having their content pulled down, and some of the stipulation that CD Projekt Red put on reviewers. So we'll talk a little bit about that, and the review scores, and we're going to talk about Ghost of Tsushima winning a big award at the VGAs, which is actually tomorrow night at I think is it start at 8 or 9 p.m. I don't remember.
It's 7 p.m. actually. So it's the 6:30 p.m. Eastern starts with the pre-show. So the pre-show probably not going to be. I think the past pre-shows weren't much. It was just a bunch of people sitting around talking. They didn't really show no big reveals or anything. But the 7 p.m. Is when the actual show starts. So,
gotcha. Yeah, I'm gonna try to catch it tomorrow. I don't know though because I really want to get some gaming in. Either maybe beat Demon Souls, some of the last boss, or maybe dive a little bit deeper into Cyberpunk. So this might be the first year I really don't watch the Game Awards because
what's the over-under that he gets it done in 3 hours?
Yeah.
Or what, the show?
Yeah.
I must say under because
I hope
it's not live. Okay. Like it's I don't know, maybe some parts of it may be live, but due to COVID restrictions and whatnot, it's probably pre-recorded and they got a lot of stuff they planned out ahead of time, especially like the reveals and stuff. Mm-hmm. It's just there's gotta be somebody that's sitting around like right now watching the full show ahead of time, just making sure everything, is seamless and whatnot. So yeah, I think it won't run over, I think.
Because you know how that goes, man. You start to hit that 11:30. You're like, how long is it? Damn. Like our next presenter. You like,
I just want to know how it ends. Who wins?
And our award for best blades of grass in a game goes to
right. We've been on for 4.5 hours.
Yeah, Jeff. I need some notos. I'm tired. I'm sleepy. Yeah,
I will say last year. Remember, like he will run through like 3 or 4 awards like real fast. He was like, and so let's just get these out of the way. Esport.
Right,
yeah. Right. Congratulations to you guys. On to the next reveal. I was like, thank you. Who wants to sit around and watch a bunch of guys who ain't bathed in 6 years walk up on stage together and then huddle around each other for one award that esport team, no soap. Winners of the Call of Duty tournament. Like,
I got an idea. You know what they could do, Slow-Mo?
What?
They should have one theme only for this award show. The word of the day is going to be called conveyor belt. That's how the pace need to be. In and out.
Yeah, that's right. Like fast food.
Yeah, in and out, man.
Like the McRib. In and out.
Yeah, literally.
You know what? You know
Right.
what? You know what I just thought about? A lot of the nominees probably already know that they won.
That's what I was thinking too. Yeah.
Because no one's going to be there live, so they probably will have to pre-record their acceptance.
Oh, well, yeah.
Slow-mo.
Yo,
You know what that means? People are going to come out and be like, "Oh, see, Jeff is biased. It's rigged."
Well, I mean, look, they under normal circumstances, like they say it every year for Jeff anyway. He's biased, like, so it is what it is. But I think now, I mean, there's no other way to do it. Like, what other way? Go to them live, or maybe they could have like webcams for everyone that is nominated for something. So they you kind of just like a big screen of like 6 people just sitting there, just waiting to hear whether they lost or not, and then they just cut to the one that won, and they say their thing ahead of time. But then that would be the coordination for that would be real difficult, because what if like someone's internet is trash?
Yeah, it's true. That's true, man. That's a good point, man. Real quick, I do want to introduce our returning guest. We have all day from Scumcast, the Legion of Scum.
Hey,
welcome back to BRAP, sir.
Hey, man. Thank you for having me, man. How's everybody in the chat? What's up, panel? How you guys doing, man?
We are doing well, man.
Chilling, man.
Chilling.
You know how it is.
Yeah. You know, we're chilling, and I'll tell you all day. I owe a lot to you, sir, because of you.
Here we go with the soap.
Yep. I stepped up my soap game, sir. Stepped it up. I think I was using Irish Spring.
Using Dawn?
No, I went to Lever 2000.
Oh, Lever 2000. I thought you were using Palma or something.
How is it a different soap every time? Like Enrique always say, it's because of all day I stepped up my soap game, which always kind of got me kind of wondering, like, what kind of soap was you using before? Was you using like welfare or something? I don't know. Like, what were you using before?
But you're using a government soap that just say soap. Big ass soap.
With a rope on it, right?
With a rope, yep.
But then, like, every time he says, all they ask you what you using, I feel like it's a different soap every time. I feel like last time you said it was Dove or something.
No, actually, you know what? I was using Dove. But I thought I didn't like the way that smelled, so I went to Lever. Lever's actually a nice scent. Doesn't dry up my skin.
Man, it's in the title, bro. Leave her alone. I don't know why you keep on using that soap, man. It's gonna dry your skin out.
No, I don't think it. I found that I was using Irish Spring. That was actually pretty bad.
Oh no, that's like sandpaper, dog. Don't use
that shit was. Yeah, I was getting a rash and shit. That was not good.
That's shit they put Doc Ock inside in the barrel in Roger Rabbit, man. That's the same shit they use.
Right. Yeah, no, I know. Lever though, Dove. I like I said, Dove was good, but
it's just a basic smell, man. It's
that's what I like about it. I like kind of more of that fresh. I don't know,
because Dove to me just has that normal formulaic soapy smell. It ain't bad. It's just normal.
You know exactly. It's like normal. Where I want kind of that.
You want to sing?
Yeah, exactly. I want that when I'm half asleep in the shower in the morning and I wake up because I smell that bar of soap.
Right.
What are you talking about?
Having a soap discussion. Don't ask me why. I'm just flowing.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, I have no idea why we're talking about soap. But anyhow,
you get right real good. Up. You get real good with it. You put like ivory dish liquid in your bath.
That's what I told him. He got that joy in his bathroom.
Remember Chris Rock said they used that bubble bath and mom used to put Tide in the bathroom and watch clothes at the same time.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Or was that D.L. Hewley? I forgot who it was.
But I do remember that bit though.
My legs itch, mama. I think it was D.L.
I think it's D.L. Hughley.
Yeah, it was D.L. Yeah. Oh, my legs itch, mama. Kick your legs. Yeah, that's too funny. Man. Anyhow, no, we gotta. By the way, big shout out there with a live chat. Please hit that like button. If you're new to the show, subscribe and hit the bell notification so you're alerted when we go live. But let's see. Actually, people are talking about soap in the live chat. Okay, Racer says yes. Lever 2000 is the best. Got another Lever 2000 fan in the house. All right, so lots to talk about. We have the Game Awards tomorrow. Ghost of Tsushima won the I guess it's like the voters' choice. I forget the actual. It's where the fans vote.
fan voice or something like that. They call it.
Yeah, fan voice is 100% chosen by gamer community votes. Right.
Yes. And so big shout out to Sucker Punch. Ghost of Tsushima won. It beat out The Last of Us Part 2. And I was kind of actually surprised. I don't know about the rest of you guys. I was kind of surprised that Ghost won. But if I'm not mistaken, this thing was hacked though, wasn't it?
I heard something about that. I don't know all the details to it, but I did hear that The Last of Us Part 2 was winning and then they got hacked. But I don't know if that was like if they got that resolved or whatever. Or maybe they were just like, you know what? We ain't going to start over. We don't have enough time because the show's about to roll. So let's just go ahead and just run with it. But I don't know if that means Ghost shouldn't have won or not. I'm pretty sure people who are in the Last of Us Part 2 should be Game of the Year camp will feel it makes it illegitimate, but I don't care. The one I chose, the one I wanted, didn't win, which was Final Fantasy VII Remake. So I don't care who won the fan choice,
Yeah. I actually voted for The Last of Us Part 2. That may not be my Game of the Year right now after playing Demon Souls, but anyone else on the panel vote for this this Voice of the Gamers, whatever award it's called?
No, I didn't get a chance to.
No, I didn't.
I didn't know they vote.
Yeah, B's like NBA 2K is not on that list, so I'm not voting.
Yeah, man, I probably would have voted for Ghost though. That was
it was a 3-day thing.
Games.
What's that, Slow-mo?
That's just a 3-day thing. So like the first day there was like 30 games in it, and you could vote for like 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then they broke it down to 15 on the second day, and you could vote for 5. And then on the last day, you just had 5 left, and you could vote for one of those. So the games that I wanted to win, that I wanted to make it the furthest, didn't make it to the last day. I was really rooting for Ori, just because I thought Ori should have been in the Game of the Year nomination. I don't think it deserves to win, but at least should have been nominated, especially over Hades. And I also wanted Final Fantasy VII Remake to win because I know it's not going to win Game of the Year. So at least if it got that, then that would be my consolation. Kind of like how Fire Emblem 3 Houses last year won when that should have been nominated. But
I definitely think it's going to go home with something for sure.
Yeah.
So with Game of the Year, because that's probably gonna be the one. I'm sure Friday morning people or Thursday night, whatever the case is, I'm sure people are going to be on Twitter talking about this. So in terms of Game of the Year, I think it's going to be Animal Crossing. I really do.
You just want to see the smoke on Twitter, man. That's what you want.
Yeah, I want to watch it all burn down all day.
It's gonna be if Animal Crossing, bro. Like, hey, I played that game for a good week, and I was done. That was it.
I'm telling you, Animal Crossing is not going to win. It does not fit the criteria. It's got to have violence.
What is the criteria? Here's
got to have violence.
What?
Every game that has won Jeff Keighley's Game of the Year has violence in it, and Animal Crossing doesn't have violence. Now, if you could put a hit out on Tom Nook or something,
it'd be Game of the Year.
Then we're talking, man. Now you got a chance, but no. Look, it is your token Nintendo game. That's what it is. That's why it's there. It's the biggest
what
positive that people give Animal Crossing for being there is that, well, I was bored and there was nothing else out and I was stuck at home. I got to play Animal Crossing. I'm like, all right, so under a normal circumstance when there wasn't a global pandemic happening, how does this game correlate or compete with the other games on the list? Like, if that's your only criteria, then I'm sorry, that doesn't work for me. I just don't think it's going to win. It's like Hades, which is there to be the token indie game. Animal Crossing is there to be the token Nintendo game.
So, okay, I got a question for you, Slow-mo.
Mm-hmm.
You're saying that Nintendo has a token game, right?
Yeah.
And throwing about because Nintendo has to be there, right?
Yeah, of course.
Where's Xbox's token game?
They don't see. Xbox doesn't have that.
Why doesn't Xbox get a token?
Respect of the they don't have that respect that Nintendo has. So no, they don't get a game. They're guaranteed.
They don't get a game because they don't have that. Oh my goodness.
I mean, Ori, I don't know.
Ori could have been it. I think Ori's the best platform in this generation.
I think Ori deserved to be there, especially over Hades.
Yeah, go ahead all day.
All day?
All day, you there?
Oh, my bad. What'd you say, bro?
I said, go ahead, man. You ready to chime in?
Oh, no, my bad. No, somebody else was talking.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I think Ori. If there was ever a snub, I thought Ori got snubbed for Game of the Year. I thought that would have been a solid choice for Game of the Year.
No, that was all I was going to add. Is that it should have been nominated for Game of the Year for sure. I don't know why they could have gave. They're not going to give Xbox Game of the Year. We know that, but at least they could have given something for Ori. I think they will
because it mattered that game had bugs.
Well, apparently that shouldn't matter.
Right.
Hey, Eric, why don't you chill out? You haven't even played the game yet.
Everybody on the panel get it?
Get Ori or Cyberpunk?
Cyberpunk.
No,
I got it.
I finally got it. After Forte finally came to his senses.
Wait, Forte.
What happened?
Oh, so Forte owed me. So this is a year-long bet. This bet, we made this bet on BRAP a year ago. Forte, he was high on some green juice or something. I don't know. I think it was right after the Video Game Awards last year when they announced the Xbox Series X. And Forte was just hype. I mean, the green goggles was on. He was like, Xbox going to outsell PlayStation. And I was like, what? What you talking about, man?
We tried to stop him, man. But
we tried to speak some, but he had to go
talking to Pikachu too much.
Exactly, man. Pikachu got him all psyched up, yo. And so then he started saying things like, I bet you guys it outsells. And that's when, look, I mean, I don't be trying to bet people and make them give me things for free, but I'm sorry. You asked for it. I mean, you asked for it. So I was like, okay, what are we betting, Forte? He said a game. Good, cool. So the bet was that really it should have came in. We should have waited for NPD or whatever the sales, official sales from both companies in January, because it was supposed to be just for the holiday season. But he saw how things looked here, about how PlayStations are being sold and how they selling out in seconds, whereas the Xboxes are selling out in minutes and hours in some places. And also, Phil Spencer coming out and saying, yeah, we were a little late in manufacturing. We didn't get started until late summer, and he just knew he lost. So he said, hey, look, man, what games you want? I'm like, all right, cool. Give me Cyberpunk. And that's where we get to, he said, over a week ago, this guy said, all right, I'm going to get you Cyberpunk. I'm like, cool. I'm just waiting.
Wait, you still waiting?
No, I finally got it today. But I had to harass this man.
He didn't want to give it to you.
He did. He sure didn't. I had to harass this man on a daily.
You know how it is when you got to ask somebody for something they owe you. You got to pull teeth, bro.
Oh yeah. So I didn't want to do it, but I had to call him out on Twitter. Openly.
You should have called his job. You should have prank called him or something.
Oh my goodness.
Be like, excuse me, is this GameStop? Then he'd be like, hi, this is Gamer Forte here. I'm sorry, you're at GameStop. We don't have any Xboxes to PlayStation. Don't call about it. And I'm like, no, I ain't calling about that. I'm calling about Cyberpunk 2077. Oh yeah, we got that. Oh, you do? Guess who don't got that? Where's mine?
Oh shit.
Gotta go. Pikachu needs help. He would have hung up on me.
Pikachu starts strangling him in the store.
Oh my goodness!
Shout out to Forte, man.
Shout out to the homie. I haven't got a chance to play though. Today's been a really busy day. I'm gonna definitely get started on it as soon as we get done with the show.
Yeah, you get to choose your penis size for your character.
Oh,
that's interesting. Interesting that's the first feature of the game that you were.
Hey, somebody said if you make your penis bigger in the game, that it makes your movement speed slower. That's what I heard. I don't know how true it is. I don't know. That's what I heard on Twitter, man.
Oh, I need some gold bomb.
Just make no gender. I'm trying to fly.
Oh my.
You need pelvic support.
You get to do that. You get to do that just to know that your character has that. Like
I don't know. I don't think I was listening to Young Yan. I don't think he really explained it. But I did see people screen cap the penis part of your character creation.
They were talking about it on Kind of Funny, and Greg asked Blessing, does it serve a purpose? It's like there's like a sex scene that comes up, or is that he's like, no, it's just there to do it.
They gotta they gotta test your mic fucking mini game.
It's like all day. It's like this character is strangely overly confident.
Right.
Oh my god,
bro! Can you imagine?
Yeah, there's a certain swagger about him.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! I name my character Dirk Diggler.
This is one of those things, like you
penetrator.
You give customizations.
I bet you there's an achievement or trophy for a certain length.
Yeah.
A girth.
Yeah.
By the way, we talking. Man, this
is a very weird conversation. Okay, we got to move on.
Yeah. Let's. Luca said she was going to come in and she heard what we're talking about. So let's
soap and genitalia.
Yeah. Okay. So no, but that's actually that's a real part of the game. I don't know why.
Like it's a part of the game, but don't know what part does it play in the game?
Right. And that's kind of what they were talking about. They were saying like you have like deep like character
choose your words right. Careful.
No, right. Sorry, my bad. You have a I can't even say extended. I was about to say extended. You have a longer. You have a planned out character creator, but you do all these things, and it's sort of like, and then at the same time, your character's first person, so another person, like, what does that serve?
Exactly. Right. I was cool with the whole first person and having so much being able to customize your character so much when it was stated that you would see your character throughout the cutscenes.
I'm hearing you're seeing them a lot. So
yeah. So it's just like, I know they kind of cut a lot of that stuff out due to the even that they originally was supposed to be third person perspective, but they cut that out too, just due to issues with the older consoles and not being able to have it run efficiently on them. I just kind of really wish it wasn't cross-gen in some ways, that it was just solely
nobody care about that. I want to get back to this smoke, sir. Now hold on, man. Let's get back to this man. Literally on the airwaves, not even 3 minutes ago, he goes sit here and say, "Shout out to the homie," after he slandered me for 5 minutes.
If it's slander,
hold on. And I still ain't get this retweet online that basically said, "Oh, the homie took care of me." So his 705 zealot fans out there can leave me the hell alone.
Do I need the share?
Oh, did you? If you did,
yes, I did.
I about to get real. Hit the like button.
Yeah. I ain't see it yet. Okay, so if you did,
you never see anything on Twitter.
Yes, sir.
You didn't see it because it never happened.
Oh, do I have to really? You might have
to pull his account. I didn't see it.
I trust slow mo. You telling me?
Let me go find the tweet. So
I look slow mo.
So Racer says slow mo has fans. Question mark.
Slow mo got zealous. All 15 of them, however many. There may not be a lot, but they speak real loud.
You got to admit though. I mean, you seemed you were kind of like, hey, why don't you give that code to people?
That was because he said that's because he went on Twitter and gonna say, oh, the whole, Forte, he asked for this because I didn't give him a game code to something I didn't say when I was gonna give it to him. I just said, you know what? I'm gonna give you this code.
I'm gonna give him a game code, but I'm not going to tell him when I'm going to give it to him. When.
Look, of course, man, the game didn't come out tonight anyway. And you was crying 3 days ago, 4 days, a week ago. Wow. Like, I want to preload this game. Did you still preload it slow?
I just shared it in the DM, so you can stop the whole.
That's water under the bridge. I can care less about that. But listen,
why'd you bring it up?
Because I felt like it.
What?
Really good
I
feeling.
That doesn't make sense. I don't care what you said, but I felt like it.
No, I'm not. I don't know. I'm saying I don't care.
I mean,
You know him
Forte.
showing
Like,
it to me. That's what I'm saying. I don't care about that.
You ain't making sense right
Hey,
now.
by the way, real quick, Forte, I want to say that your video, Destiny 2 FOV, fire.
Oh, I appreciate that, man. That was, you know what, man? Somebody DM'd me. Just a random person DM'd me. It was like, yo, bro, you just need to this is your lane, man. Your lane is talking about Destiny, and because your excitement level is so high when you're talking about that, and it just seems like it just shines through. So it's like,
yeah, that's true, man.
That, and then the community came out and supported, man. I don't know where all these people came from.
You had like 5,000 views or something.
More than that. It's like 8,000.
More than that.
Like,
Okay, yeah.
It is like 8 now. One day, I haven't had a video hit that high in one day ever.
That's
I mean, look, it's a great video. I give respect when it's due. It was a really good video.
Yeah.
I was talking to Force earlier about like how like I could see some of the editing effects that he put in and play. And I'm like, man, he really put some work into this. Like, you see
he did
the way he did the FOV slider, where it's like sliding from left to right, and you can see the different fields of view. I'm like, man, this man out here putting all of us to shame on a video.
Nobody to shame, man. It's people out here still doing way better than me. I steal from everybody when it comes to these type of things. YouTube's a great place to learn stuff.
Very true. Very true.
Great place. No, but I appreciate that, man. It was look, I was gonna make that video a month ago, but shout out to Luca. She said, no, bro, make that video and drop it the day or the week of the patch coming out. And I was like, you know what? That's a good idea.
That's a good idea. Yeah.
Very good idea.
I literally dropped it. I was going to drop it at 11 a.m., but something told me, bro, just drop it right at 12 o'clock. Right when the DLC went, not the DLC, but right when the patch went live. And I looked at it, I was like, yo, this thing already has 100. I was like excited. It already had 100 views in the first 15 minutes. And next thing I know, I looked at it again. It had 600 views. But then I went to go look at my analytics, and all of a sudden I said, yo, why does video say 600 views live? But when I look at the analytics, it says 3,000. I was like,
YouTube couldn't keep up with it.
YouTube can't keep up.
You know what? That's very like shout out to Luca, because that was a very smart decision, because like you uploaded it at a time when people were actually looking for that specifically, because they see this, like there's an update for Destiny 2 out. Well, what's this stuff? What's this FOV everybody's talking about? And then they go YouTube it. They go search it in YouTube to see what people are talking about, and bam, you got a video out at that time, probably where no one else is thinking of doing that kind of video, and you actually reach the demographic that other people, that people weren't really, reaching at that time. So
I looked it up like right before I posted the video, like probably around 10 o'clock when I was rendering the video. I looked up like all the different keywords for it, and every video around FOV was about a month and a half ago, because that's when Bungie announced that, when they announced the next gen upgrades and when they were coming out. So everybody's video was around then. It was about the same time I did my last video talking about enhancements. So I was like, oh, so nobody's talking about this. So I do literally any variation of FOV in Destiny, FOV in Xbox Series X and PS5. It literally comes to the very top of the search term. So it's like, yo, man, it's exciting. It makes you want to just go ham on making content. Gotta follow this up, man. Gotta follow this. And then I think the changing of the thumbnail made a lot too. Luca.
Oh, I love the thumbnail.
Liked it. You said what?
I said I love the thumbnail. I mean,
my boss saw it. My boss, because he does YouTube and stuff, and he saw my thumbnail. He's like, "Yo, your Guardian is dabbing in the corner. It looks amazing." I was like, "What do you?" He's like, "Yo, the fact that you're talking about you're excited about a feature coming to the game, and you put like little screenshots of like the different FOV size in the thumbnail, and then you got your Guardian doing the dab that I cut out of the game underneath it. So it's like, yo, excitement time, let's go." And it was fun yesterday, man. Destiny was hot yesterday. Even Kid Smooth was playing Destiny. I couldn't believe it, bro.
Yo, it's funny. I actually downloaded Destiny again on my Series X, and got the patch and played a little bit of the first mission of Beyond Light. And I gotta say, man, like 60 FPS looks good. Looks great.
Man, I don't. This is the first time I will say it'll probably be the last time But this is the first time I would say good riddance to PC, because Destiny on PC is great, but that one hindrance in the PvP side of it really drags down the experience. And I know a lot of other games have it, but it's just when you play and main a game so long and you see just the deterioration of that one game mode in Pacific, you'll go down. It's like kind of crazy. So going over to console was like, I don't have to worry. Like if I get sniped on console, I don't have to worry. Is this dude like glitching or
it's a relief? It's a relief.
I ain't gotta worry about that. It's like, dude, this dude just beat me. He beat me, and I haven't felt that way playing Destiny in a long time. And it was just fun.
Something I want to say. I know we kind of off on a tangent, but let's talk about Destiny and the cheating for a moment. They announced they're doing crossplay. They already announced it like a couple of months ago, but crossplay is coming next year.
Yeah,
they're going to need to address the cheating on PC effectively, because what they've done and the reason why the cheating is so rampant now. There's plenty of it's not as bad as a lot of console players say it is. There's plenty of PvP games out there that don't on PC that don't have this level of cheating. The issue is that Bungie has not effectively implemented anti-cheat, and so they're going to have to actually address that.
They have anti-cheat, it just sucks.
It sucks.
Yeah, no, I said they haven't.
What's up, Luca?
Effectively implemented anti-cheat. That's the issue, is that their anti-cheat sucks. So they're going to have to make drastic improvements on that before they do crossplay, because the safe haven for the Destiny players is the consoles, where there isn't that issue. But if you introduce crossplay and you haven't fixed that yet, you're now taking that safe haven away from the community, and now people are going to be dealing with those cheaters on PC, even though they're playing on PlayStation and Xbox.
They're sorry to interrupt, but they're not. They're not going to implement a better anti-cheat before they bring out crossplay. It's just not going to happen. They're cucks. The cheating issue has been an issue for years now. They've done incremental updates that have done nothing in terms of improving it. They even brought back Trials, which is the premier PvP mode, with anti-cheat still not effective enough. Like they suck. They're garbage, man. And if anything, I hope they at least give us an option to opt in and out, because if they don't, then I'm getting off. Like I'm not playing with a bunch of cheaters.
Especially in Crucible. Because this is what I think they're gonna do. I think they're gonna allow you PvE, because the one thing I'm really looking forward to is playing in the PvE aspect with everybody. Because I can do raids with everybody on any platform. I can play with all those people anytime I want to. I think that would be a great thing. And they don't even have to have a toggle for that. They don't even have to toggle. They just say, hey, PvE is open for everybody. We can just play with whoever you want to. PvP, just like Lucas said, it has to be a toggle. If it's not a toggle, it's going to be a bad time in there. Or they just don't support PvP crossplay.
I'm with the latter right there. Just don't have PvP crossplay at all, and just allow PvE crossplay.
Yeah, that would be good enough for me.
Right.
Well, there's no way they're doing that either. They don't even want to balance the sandboxes separately, so they're just gonna throw us all together in a pool without any safe havens.
Well,
if that's the case, they deserve everything that's going to come to them.
Nothing's going to come to them because nothing's changed. Okay, there's no long term. Hey, you have big content creators saying this is a problem, and they still haven't fixed anything. They suck. Okay, they suck.
Well, that's what I always found to be weird when it comes to Destiny and its community, is that they don't listen when the community says certain things, but nothing ever happens. Like other looter shooters, when the developer doesn't listen, they lose the community. The community goes, middle fingers up, F you, you're cool, F you, and I'm out. Mm-hmm. And those games die. But Destiny seems to just keep trugging along. Even though things like this don't get addressed.
Yeah. No, and you're right. There's one reason for that, though. Do Bungie listen? They listen, but they don't do it in a consistent basis, and they don't do it at the opportune times. It's like the community gets on them. Like, trust me, within the next month, The community is going to literally turn on Bungie again. It's going to be so many problems in the game. They're going to hate it. PvP is going to be a mess, especially once Trials comes back. If they don't have a way to fix this whole issue with cheating on PC, the community is going to uproar again. That's going to happen. But guess what? There will be a DLC right around the corner that they're going to announce, and they're going to throw out a trailer.
Nice vertical slice.
And everything's going to be forgotten. They're going to be like, once the DLC drops and everybody loves it, it'll be, let's just hope that they fix the sandbox. Let's hope that they do better things with the weapons. But, the DLC's fire. I'm really enjoying what they did, blah, blah, blah. It's like everybody forgives them because the content that they normally drop
dance with the Destiny community.
It is. They know how to dance that fine line so well that the community literally forgives them just because they gave them content to continue to keep playing the game they like.
I don't think it's forgiveness. I think it's tolerance.
No, it is tolerance. That's a better word.
Because I certainly do not forgive them for all their tomfoolery. You like that I'm using that word slow-mo?
I'm so happy every time that word is used. I got one on Luke. I got her influence. One word on.
Using one of your words.
You're right. Yeah, my 1920s words that she used to say, but she says them all now, so I love it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Luca.
Yeah, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
Well, Ricky, you got your show back. We took it over. Oh,
it's it's okay. It's actually it's something it wasn't officially on the ballot, if you will, but I did want to talk about it because I saw that it brought a lot of people back. Like even Mooch tweeted out he's gonna go back and play some Destiny. He hasn't played.
We'll see how long that lasts. Okay.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point, Luke. I mean I'm in that boat of this is great. I'm gonna go back and play, and then I probably won't be there that long.
There's gonna be a bunch of new people hopping in Destiny at 60 frames, bro.
Yeah, I think so, man. People there tends to be a sense of excitement, with this new update. And look, I play Destiny on PC. I've had that 60 FPS plus experience. It's a game changer, and to see it, console gamers have this option now, and have the option to play 120 now. And Crucible is just amazing. It's awesome, and that FOV slider is just
it's an amazing experience. And you know what? I didn't realize that your video had gotten so many views, Forte. I'm so happy for you.
Oh, thank you. Well, it was because of you. Trust me.
Much deserved, well deserved. I said it before. I was like, Forte is definitely the next one who's going to blow up out of the entirety of the group. So, it's only a matter of time, King. Okay, and you're going to drag us with you. Thank you very much. Okay.
Yeah. Forte, don't forget the little people, man. Don't forget us, all right?
I don't forget anybody, man. I'm not going to trust me. Wherever I go,
when you're out there hanging out with Young Ye and all those guys,
No. Shout out to going to E3 again, I guess, finally.
Oh, man. I hope we get a chance to go, man. I really do.
No, but trust me. All that stuff is because of you guys. You guys power my ability to do what I do. So I don't forget that.
That's what happens when you put out consistent content.
Facts.
Good content.
Yeah, no, but I mean, it's like it consistently gets better, man. Like this video, I was like, wow, like this was like a really good video. And the production values I could tell you put a lot of time to it. And to the person who DM'd you and said you should do Destiny videos, like there's definitely I could tell, man.
Especially now after seeing as many people. Like that was the one thing I was really shocked because Luca, probably you saw the same thing when you jumped on. I had 7 tiles of people online playing Destiny. When I saw Kid Smooth playing it, I was like, shout out to the 1050 Lite with the generic.
I don't know what addict was thinking taking him into Crucible. Iron Banner at 1050. I'm like, what is wrong with you?
I think you're trying to ruin this man's experience day one.
Yeah, you got to level up.
Yeah, man, but it was cool though, man. People on PlayStation was reaching out and said, "When y'all gonna bring?" One person was like, "When y'all gonna bring the team Scum over to PlayStation?"
Oh, okay. They want.
I was like, we crossplay's coming, and I said, you ain't got to worry about that. We'll be over there.
They want to see the family of Scum over on PlayStation.
But we got fans everywhere, man.
Fans? Me?
Yeah, we.
I don't have any fans.
You have. Shut up.
I do not have any.
Luca, you definitely have fans.
No. I have friends. Okay, I don't have fans.
Oh, that sounds very modest, but okay.
Well, I'm just saying,
just like Slow-Mo got like a small amount of zealots on his channel.
Zealots.
Yeah, he has zealots.
Oh,
all those people that was trying to come at me about not buying this man $60 game, those were some zealots. He did that on purpose too.
So the man.
Hey, check this out.
You left him no options there for.
Listen, I was talking to him on the phone. I was talking to him on the phone, and he was like, I had no options, bro. He said, I'm out here weaponizing my fan base.
Fans?
Exactly. His zealots.
Wow.
I didn't say fan base. I've never said those words. All I said was I didn't want to have to do this.
Mm-hmm.
But you left me no choice. And you didn't. You didn't leave me any choice, He
got like it was 6:59. He made it seem like it was 3 hours ago when he made this message. He made this message in the morning.
He wanted to get that pre-download, man.
Look,
man. I know Forte. If I don't do something to get his attention, he's never going to get back to me.
And
I will send this man
made the
DMs,
and then
text messages. He won't actually respond for days. And then be like, "Oh, you sent me a message? What? Oh, you did." Like 5 days later.
Look at I don't live on Twitter.
Look, don't you get notifications?
I still don't live on Twitter. I don't look at my Slow-Mo.
Don't you get my text messages? You don't get text message notifications?
Let me ask you something, Slow-Mo. How often do I get how often do you see me chat in the BRAP DM?
I'm saying
like never.
I'm like, what kind of phone do you have where you don't respond to text messages? I'm not talking about Twitter. I'm talking about text messages. Text messages.
I answer your text messages.
Real quick, are there any other topics?
Yes, there are.
Yes, there are.
Sorry to interrupt, but, I don't care.
Slow-Mo, we'll argue during DPS podcast tomorrow.
You guys could debate this while you're watching the Game Awards.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we'll have many moments.
Yeah, DPS podcast tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So check them out. Unless you guys are going earlier for the Game Awards, but
we are.
Okay, so what? 7 p.m. then.
Yep. It will be 7 p.m.
on the Slow-Mo's channel, I think, this week, right?
That is correct. Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, everyone check it out. So, going back to Cyberpunk. So, you talked about Cyberpunk and the building of the characters and stuff, and we're not sure really what place. Yeah. Anyhow, so the reviews came out. I haven't checked Metacritic, guys, since yesterday. I think it was at like a 91 Metacritic, if I'm not mistaken.
I thought it went down to a 90, but I'll double check it right now.
Yeah, still pretty good. I mean, if you look
pretty
at
good, that's very good.
Pretty good.
That's very good.
Yeah.
It's very good.
It is very
good. It's very good.
Very good.
I'm tired of these people.
Although one individual did make a video saying 91 is not good for them. I'm like, what?
I watched half of the video, then I turned it off because I got bored. But I just want to say that 91,
it is 91 right now.
91 is an exceptionally amazing score.
Yes. Yeah, not easy.
And anyone who says otherwise is a fraud.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't let people like BG go out there and change the narrative on you.
That's who we were. That's who I was referring to.
Oh, I already knew it. No, we can say his name. He know who.
Big shout out to BG, by the way. Yeah, BG did do that video.
He's been hating this game since he was born, man.
Listen,
I'm not saying the game.
Listen, I'm not. Listen, BG is whatever, okay? Because he's always having these extremely hot takes and. It's like, okay, cool. That's his opinion. So I don't even bother going back and forth or anything with him. He's never going to change his mind. It's a waste of my time. I'm just saying anyone else who's taken what he's saying and run with it, they're all frauds. Okay. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting.
Yeah. And I think even, what's his name? The Mighty Keith may have caught on to his ways too. If you saw Mighty Keith's last video about Cyberpunk, I forget the title of that video. But that video had me dying. I was in tears. The video was dead on. I don't agree with BG's point though about 91 being disappointing for CD Projekt Red. I mean, there's certainly a consistent level of quality coming out of that studio, and not many studios are putting out back-to-back like 90 Metacritic games. It just doesn't happen a lot in the gaming industry.
Is everybody buying it on? Is everybody
The same logic could apply to The Last of Us Part 2 scored lower than The Last of Us. So does that make The Last of Us Part 2 a failure?
No.
Does it make it? It didn't get a higher rating. It was the most anticipated game for people for years. It didn't get a higher rating, so it's a failure, right? right?
Oh man,
okay. No, I mean I went over and I looked it up, and it's like
it's a valid point.
The Witcher 3 got a 92 on PC or PlayStation 4, and a 93 on PC. So it's like 1 or 2 points off, you know? So it's just like, and then I went to go look up The Last of Us Part 2, and The Last of Us, I'm like, The Last of Us Part 2 scored lower. Cool. Like what's going on? Like what is the truth here?
It's all agendas. You already know that.
Like, I'm just saying, like, you know, BG's point of view is fine. I'm talking about the rest of these ponies who are always hating on something just because it may be better than their precious exclusives.
Yeah, I heard people talking about that on social media, on Twitter, about PlayStation fanboys being upset or something, or having vitriol towards this game. I don't understand that. I didn't see any of that in my timeline. But I did read that was kind of going on. I don't understand that.
Look, you already got good exclusives to play. This is just a cherry on top.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, so what's up, bro?
Wait a minute, hold on. What? No questioning, no slam. I didn't even know you. I saw an icon. I said that all day.
I am capable of having a conversation, my brother.
I get a slander from all day at least once a show.
It ain't come yet. You already did.
You ain't
dead man talking. Yeah,
you ain't set me up yet. I got you.
Cyberpunk's sitting at a 91 right now still.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. I think 51 reviews so far. So it's still less reviews. I do anticipate the number will go down. I don't think it'll go below 90, but I think it will go down as you start to see more reviews come out from, because only 51 is not a lot. But a lot of reviewers got their codes late, which I think CD Projekt Red was probably trying to mitigate the amount of reviews that are lower due to bugs that are being, that will be addressed in the day one patch. So I think there's that, and then also the PlayStation, the Xbox versions are definitely going to be lower. But the people usually only look at which platform had the most reviews and call that the official number. So that's probably going to end up being PC, considering so many are already out on PC. I think it probably will go down as more people finally get their hands on and get their reviews out.
Well, the rest of them are supposed to be what console? Are they even sending out console reviews?
That's a great question.
They weren't up until this point. Console. They might. If you check it, there are 0 console reviews for this game on Metacritic right now, and that's because they didn't give anyone any codes for any of the consoles. Which, if you look at some of the footage of some of these games from people who got the collector's edition, I'm not even surprised.
See, that leads back into my tweet though. Again, I asked about the Bethesda thing. Because Bethesda, remember, people used to kind of say, "Hey, they doing like the day of reviews. They hold their embargoes until the day of release or whatever."
Yeah,
sounds pretty similar.
Yeah, it might be. Well,
they took it a step further with that B-roll footage, though. I don't know about all
that. Talk about that. That seems a little shady there.
A lot of people,
a little, it's super spooky.
Yeah, very. A lot of reviewers, a lot of ones that I respect, like ACG got the code and then refused to do it. He's like, if I gotta use B-roll footage, I can't use my own footage.
That's no.
I'm not even going to do it. Like Skill Up waited until the day of release to do his review. I don't really care about Skill Up's reviews. They're well thought out. I just don't really care for his opinion sometimes. I think he kind of has some agendas from time to time with certain games. But all that said, there are a lot of people who are just like, I'm not using stock footage that you gave me to put in my video. Like, that's crazy. Like that. I've never even heard of something like that before. It's very interesting.
Where's everybody playing the game at? I mean, I don't know if y'all said that earlier. I know where some of you are, but what's the consensus? Everybody playing on PC? Y'all getting on console?
Yeah, I'm gonna play it on console, but like after I get my next gen consoles and after they do the next gen update, I can wait. I've waited this long to play the game.
You're gonna wait?
Yeah, I'll wait.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, what about you, all day? Same boat. I'm gonna wait.
You gonna wait?
I know me. I
already know where BRAP's going.
I know me. Like if I get the console version, I don't know what the console version is gonna do. Everybody's about to find out together. Apparently,
man, I put that shit in my PS4 Pro. That shit will blow up.
You know what I'm saying? Like apparently the reviews are gonna be handled at the same time.
Yeah, do you?
No, yeah, I'm still
that
looking.
shit's gonna run like a tractor.
Oh wait,
yeah, bro. I was in queue for the last 2 days.
I didn't know you were still looking. That's good to know. I've been kind of like, for people I know who are still looking, I've been like sending them links and things that I find out. So like that I'll hit you up because I didn't know that you were still looking.
Yeah, send it.
Hey, all day. That queue might as well say, like, when it gets to the hour and it says, okay, now things went up, it might as well say looking kind of spooky.
Yeah. This shit has some emoji eyes pop up. You know what I mean?
Go ahead and log off.
It's crazy, bro. Like, you can get in there like 30 seconds after. Your wait time is still an hour, no matter what.
An hour. And then when it finally goes up, when they finally go up, it says, hey, there's not that many PlayStations available. So, just so you know, you're in the queue.
Go ahead and X out now if you want. I mean,
yeah, go ahead and leave.
Look, if you get in the queue and then once you see the message update to limited available, that means that they started letting people in. What they do is, because I like was watching all of these Twitter accounts that were updating it, and it's like they let people in for 30 minutes. So it's, even though you may have got in like 20 minutes after it went live, it's they put you in the queue and then they randomize everything. So you could have got in at like 5 minutes before it went live, and somehow you could end up at the front of the line.
Right.
And so I was like following accounts.
It's kind of like a raffle almost.
Oh yeah, almost. Yeah. It's lottery almost. Like, it's just like it just randomly wherever the algorithm puts you is where you're at. So you could show up, because there were people I know who got in after me when I was still looking, and they was like, I got one. I'm like, wait, hold on. I told you about the how you get in with me?
That's my PlayStation.
Exactly. You got my unit. I should have never said nothing. Like, so it's like it's just super random, and I guess that's the way. I mean, it's still better than trying to get it from some of these other online retailers where you end up getting locked out of the website, it crashes, and when it comes back up, everything is sold out of stock because scalpers and bots crashed everything and took all the inventory. I think Best Buy and PlayStation Direct are doing it the best. So really, those two are the ones you really should just look out for, because they're the ones that at least everyone who's getting a system is a legit gamer trying to get a system, and the website is likely not going to crash on you, so you still have a shot.
Yeah, and I love how when it's done, it still puts you into the store. Like, you can go ahead and buy a controller.
Right?
I can't use
the PS5 camera available.
Camera, great.
I really wish they would go back to the old sneaker days. You know what I'm saying? Get your raffle ticket. They call you. You get an opportunity to buy it. If not, then you just ask.
Yes, the back order system that works.
Yeah, that works.
And I know. Yeah, you may not. You may say, "Hey, look, you may not get it to January, but at least there's like you have a last resort." And you know that when you may eventually get it, you can still keep looking before then. But at least you know that at some point, my number is going to come up. There's going to be a reserved system just for me, and I have a certain period of time to purchase it. EVGA is doing that right now for the graphics cards. I'm in one right now where I know people who have been in it since October, so I know I'm not getting called anytime soon. But I do know that eventually I'll be able to get an EVGA 3000 series NVIDIA GPU eventually. So there is some kind of like there's a little bit of like pressure that's no longer there, because I know that like if I can't find one before then, I got one that's going to be reserved for me for 8 hours for me to to make the choice to go ahead and choose it if I don't have one already. Yeah. But they should definitely implement that.
Yeah. Let me get the super chat real quick, guys. Glorious War with the $5 super chat says, I guess State of Decay Ori, Jedi Fallen Order should get better meta scores since bugs don't matter. CD Projekt Red getting that pre-Fallout 76 Bethesda pass. Well, we talked about. So I brought up, a couple sites were giving this game. Couple sites were giving this game 100 review score, and I was kind of like, and I tweeted it, or tweeted about that. Like, so now games are getting 100 with bugs. That like Young talked a lot about. I thought he had some good insight to Cyberpunk. He did like a 2-part video But he talked about the bugs. He said it breaks the immersion of the game. So maybe not game breaking per se, but definitely kind of breaks the flow. He definitely something he noticed that impacted his experience. And I guess I was told that I needed to chill out, and that
who told you that?
Some random on Twitter.
Wow.
Like,
I can't believe they've done this. I can't.
I learned this week that CD Projekt Red fans are legion.
Yo, they are. It's like the Legion of CDPR came out, and they were like, "What are you talking about? What's wrong with you? This game is not even out. Day one patch is coming out. It's going to fix everything."
Yeah, I learned a lot about patches this week.
I learned a lot about patches.
I learned that patches will fix everything.
Yes, patches will fix everything. I learned that there's bugs in every game.
Yep.
Can patches fix outdated hardware?
To be fair, Yang did mention that one of the patches he had fixed some of the complaints he had initially, right?
He did, yeah.
So, like I said, I'm willing to wait and see, but I don't think any game should be getting 100 if it has bugs. That's like ridiculous. I don't even that's, and the whole 100 doesn't mean a perfect score. What are we like? Did everyone fail in fucking school or something? Did they fail? What is going on? Listen, I'm talking about like American school, right? Maybe things. I'm sure things are definitely different in different countries, right? But I'm just saying, back when I was in school, maybe this is an age thing because everyone is old as dust on Twitter or whatever in this community. Back when I was in high school, 100 meant a perfect score. There were no mistakes.
You had no red ink on your paper.
Exactly. Right. So this whole 100 doesn't mean that it's shut up, dude. You sound stupid.
You know who kind of started with that flow?
Doesn't mean that.
You know who kind of started with that flow?
Yeah.
You remember when IGN gave Metal Gear a masterpiece 10 out of 10 or whatever? Yeah. People lost their minds. They're like, well, it doesn't mean perfect. They're like, what? You said masterpiece. To me, when you say masterpiece, that means this joint is flawless.
That means that's the game that everybody should play.
Right. Yeah.
I recall saying the same thing when Red Dead 2 came out, and I was playing the game, and I was like, game visually beautiful.
Right.
Great. I love the story, but these controls, I feel like
oh my God.
After the fact, thing, come to find out that the man was dying of a disease, I was like, oh, now it makes sense. Maybe that's why these controls were so bad. He just couldn't move fast enough. I'm trying to come up with rationale for why these controls are so trash. And people were just like, no, it's a 10 out of 10. I'm like, bruh,
no.
You didn't notice when he hopped off the horse and he threw up? You didn't know?
Yo.
Oh my God.
What's going on? This is not amazing game. Loved it. Enjoyed every moment of it. But 10 out of 10? No. Absolutely not. Not with that kind of controls, man.
You know what's funny with that slow-mo? I went back and played Red Dead 1 after playing. I was like, these controls, they're not that much different.
Yeah, I said it's a Rockstar.
They kept the same controls, which is I mean, that would have been great if the game came out in 2014.
Because you know what I thought? I thought playing that game, Red Dead Redemption 2, I thought, this is the preview of foreshadowing of GTA 6, right? And I was like, shit, not moving like this is not.
Nah. I can't even say it's the same controls as the original Red Dead, except the input lag was just no. The input lag was bad. It was just you would, for example, you get off your horse, you go to camp, and then it's he had to gather himself to start walking fast, and it's just yo, move, man! I'm trying to coax him to move faster. I'm trying to get over to the my bed to go the end the next day, and it's taking me 30 seconds to get there. What is happening?
Then you open up a book instead of getting in bed. You know how that
goes. Yo, you know why I wouldn't be able to give Red Dead 2 a 10. And like you said, I love the story, I love the feel and everything. What do you call it? The bounty system, right? I hated that bounty system for the fact that I'm riding my horse through town one day. A dude walked in front of me. I accidentally ran him over, and my bounty went up like crazy. I'm like, yo, he walked in front of me.
Yes, right. I hated that. Bounty system was so wild. People would walk in front of you, purposely walk in front of you, and next thing you know, you got 80 people shooting at you for no reason.
You ever accidentally pull out your gun and everyone freak out? You just be just like, man, I was trying to do something else. I was trying to pull up the map. Whoops, pulled out my gun.
You shooting out of town.
Yeah, I'm like, let me put the gun back. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Nope. Everyone gotta, come at me. I'm like, all right.
Like, this the early 19. How are you reloading so fast? These niggas, I mean, shout out to that game.
Yeah, that game is funny too, man. Because Dutch is always screaming about we need the money. I was like, yo, Dutch, I got like $7,000 in like 1,800, man. You know how much money that is right now?
A lot of money back there. Yeah,
we
need one more score, Arthur. I promise. Just one more.
Mooch does the perfect Dutch one more score line. He does it perfectly because that's like 33% of all of Dutch's dialogue.
Right.
Yeah, we just need one more score.
And just ignoring the fact that this other douchebag in the group is clearly going to betray all of us. It's just like,
yeah, that was like
I'm not the only one like contributing to this group. Like I keep going out and putting money in the box. I don't see anybody doing anything. Nothing's changing.
Yeah. Real quick, I want to go back to the 100 score thing. To what Luca said earlier. Someone actually said this to me on Twitter. 100 doesn't represent a perfect game, but merely an arbitrary number used to properly depict to the reader, consumer, the experience the reviewer had.
What?
Yes, that's what I said.
That doesn't even make any sense.
Guess what that equates to me.
That's a big.
You know what that equates to me? Perfect. No matter who the fuck reviewed it. Perfect game.
Yeah, you're saying that they're trying to depict to the reader, consumer what the review experience. If they experienced 100. They're saying that that's a perfect game with bugs. Now, again, the Legion of I shouldn't say the Legion, no, because I don't want to disrespect the Legion of Scum, but the fanatics of CD Projekt Red came out and was like, I mean, like E and I were like talking to them, like what's going on? Wow, what?
Yeah, it's actually they're super annoying because like I've been waiting for this game, and I feel like I'm the first person in this trash community to even talk about this game. I've been talking about this game for years, right?
You have been talking about this game for a long time.
I point something out, and I got a bunch of cucks who just started, who hopped on the train like a year and a half ago. Like,
get her.
You don't know what you're talking about, Luca. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Play the game.
You don't know what you're talking about.
Luca, I love this line. I love this one, Luca. Like, did you even play The Witcher 3? Like, they're saying to you, like, that's the greatest game that God just gave us. Did you even play that game? I'm like, yeah, I got like 200 plus hours in that game. I got like
that game's pretty amazing. I must admit, yes. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I'm like, I love that game, bugs and all. I love when I see Roach hanging on top of a house somewhere. That's fantastic. Didn't mean that
like a real Roach.
It didn't stop me from loving the game.
I think nowadays, didn't you have like a visual bug or something with your copy when you were playing?
Yeah, it was moving like 6 frames. Yeah, it was
bad. Didn't he have like black hair?
Oh, he had black hair. He looked like Dracula. He looked like Dracula.
Who did? Geralt did. I was talking to Andre.
1, 2.
He's a really handsome, dark-haired fellow. I'm like, dark hair? What are you talking about?
No, remember I said I think his hair is supposed to be white. It's like a prequel or something.
Prequel. Young Geralt.
You got it just for me,
bro. My guy had no beard, no nothing, and black hair, bro. I promise you.
No beard,
nothing.
That's funny.
What
you look like John Travolta, man. I swear to
God. I feel. Listen, me personally, you guys know how I feel about bugs. I go on tirades about it literally all the time, and everyone always tries to damage control for it. I hate it. Absolutely hate it. Right.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, it's like, okay, take Demon's Souls for instance. That game crashed 4 times for me. I gave the game a 9 because
I did have a crash, by the way. Remember I told you? Yeah, I just had one. Go ahead.
Yeah. So it's like overall, the experience of that game, like my 72 hours, but at the time it was 36. My 36 hours, I had crashed like 4 times, right? And I was just like, overall, despite this happening, this is a great experience for me. But I didn't give the game a perfect score because it's not perfect, It has flaws because, and that AI, I could talk for years about the AI. The AI is awful, but like, the game crashed for me. That's a bug, right? So it's just like, I can't give the game a perfect score. Now, like, there are some people who did reviews and, they're my homies, so I'm not going to slander them or anything like that. But I just personally don't understand it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I don't either. I just, the thing that really kind of maybe shouldn't have surprised me, but the thing that was kind of funny in some ways was that a lot of people were saying you're hating on the game. I'm like, I never said anything bad about the game. I'm questioning whether or not this precedent of giving games that are released incomplete or broken should be getting review scores of 100. That's all I was asking. That's all I was saying. Wasn't saying anything about the game, that it sucked. Yeah.
I mean, we just watched CD Projekt Red do a backflip on a suplex. You know what I mean? Like they said, look, you can do the review, right? But you can't use your foot. Like just doing that alone, they knew this game needed a lot of patches. They knew it.
Clearly this game wasn't released. I was talking to Optimus Code behind the scenes about this, and he's like, yeah, he goes, this is being pushed by the higher ups. They want to get the game out. They want to, get the game out before the end of the year, get their money, cash out. But clearly he's like this. It's not obviously it's not up to developers. He said
it's also a way to stiff the developers, if you think about it, because the developers in their contracts, that this is what came out, is that they have a annual percentage for their bonuses. Now there's less time for them to make money off of it, and I think, and specifically for Cyberpunk, is that it's only for 2020. Like they don't get a portion of the percentage of sales once it switches over to 2021. So all these delays have made it that they're making less and less off of this, while they're also crunching like crazy to get it out. And if it would have gone to 2021, then that probably would have reverted their contract, so that like they're getting a more of a, they're going to end up getting a more of a lion's share of their bonus, because it will be out for the majority of the year versus it's only out for a few weeks of 2020. Yeah. So kind of sucks.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still excited for the game. I hope this day one patch fixes a lot of the bugs. I mean, some of the stuff that Yonge was describing was like, I was like, holy shit, really? Like saying that when he would get into a fight with a bunch of enemy AI, like their weapons would be like just suspended in the air. There was glitches where NPCs that were walking around the city would just like they would stop walking and they would like teleport to where they were going. Some were floating in the air.
Hey, some of them NPCs look like Sims characters.
Yes, and then some of those NPCs look little,
a little.
Yeah, a lot.
Them motherfuckers look like a full-on walking polygon, bro. Like,
and big shout out to Al the drug cat who's in the live chat. I talked to him a little bit. He got the PS4 version early. Best Buy sent him his copy early, and he said the same thing. He's like, the game definitely has bugs. So, but it does sound like the game's a lot of fun though. Like Yonge was praising the game, like the level of immersiveness, like the combat. He said it's probably one of the best looking games that he's played, open world sandbox games that he's ever played. Which
one of the guys from Digital Foundry said some similar thing. He said it was the best looking game he's ever played on PC.
Yeah, those guys are also playing on 3090 too, though.
True, but he also said that how people really enjoyed how in depth and how much detail and dialogue and story was put into side quests. All of that is also present in Cyberpunk, the same way it was in The Witcher 3. So if you really enjoyed having these really in-depth and amazing side quests, then you're going to have that also in Cyberpunk, which is probably the reason why that one woman who did a review, and I can't remember if it was GameSpot or if she was working for IGN. She worked for one of them, but she said that these side quests were just pointless. I wasn't even paying attention. I just didn't do them. But then she knocked the side quests anyway, and people were like freaking out. It was like,
she probably couldn't read.
Yeah, she probably can't. But like, people were like, how are you gonna knock something that you didn't even try to do, and yet you still did a review of the game? It's kind of
I will never understand them getting people to review games and they're not even interested in genre. It's like someone, Luca, can you review this NBA 2K? Like, no,
Luca. But you know what's funny about that too?
They used to do that.
Have you realized they do the opposite of that too?
Review that.
Did you know that? They do the opposite, as in where they'll get people who like the game, and then they'll have people review it that don't like it too. They'll do it both ways.
You mean like the way or like what like Famitsu does right now, and the way gameplay.
Like they'll still have Luca review NBA 2K, knowing she's going to give it a bad review, but still put it out anyway. She don't like the game.
Oh, okay,
but they still have people review it.
Yeah, but
then they have that same guy review The Witcher 3, and he loves The Witcher 3. He's a big fan. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, I see what you're saying. Yeah, but back in the days, they used to assign people to like specific genres, but they don't do that anymore. Apparently, because they don't have the staff to do it. They don't have the bandwidth. At least that's what I've been told. I don't know.
I can't remember which magazine it was, but it was one specific magazine that would have like a main review done by one person, and then it would be kind of like the
GamePro.
I think was it GamePro?
GamePro.
Contrary opinion would be from someone else who would say, "Well, I didn't think it was as bad as John Doe said it was. I like blah 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 blah," or the vice versa. So it'll kind of give you like an adverse opinion that you might actually agree with. I thought that was a pretty cool idea, but as you said, they probably don't have the ability to keep all those people on staff and have enough people to do that. I think the reason why they have people reviewing games that they don't care about. It's just that they don't have enough people to review games, or the person, the editor that's doing it, just doesn't think ahead of time. It's just like, oh, I already got so and so reviewing as AC Valhalla or Phoenix Rising. They can't finish that in time to do Cyberpunk. Who's available right now?
Exactly. Let's see who's the fast writer
available. And all she cares about is RTS games. Well, too bad. You're playing Cyberpunk. It's just it is what it is.
Hired more actual writers and not people who want to just insert their politics everywhere. They would have okay, I'm sorry. What? Okay, I'm sorry. You can continue. Go ahead.
No, I'm done. And that makes a lot of sense,
Yeah, no, I was going to say too, to your point, Slow-Mo, like I think having people that, let's say they play they play RPGs, like that's the genre of choice, right? I think it's probably, I think what, excuse me,
don't choke to death.
I know, right? Yeah,
that's ooh-wee.
Yeah, that ooh-wee, right?
We need the host to survive the show so he can end it.
Yeah. So what I was going to say was, like if you have someone.
What'd you say?
That was pretty dark, man. Oh. You all right, 14? 14 of darkness?
But no, I'm kind of trying to figure something out with this weapon that I just got in the game, and because I'm trying to make a video on not like everybody else's, but it involves me pulling off things with the gun that most people can't pull off, and it's
so what you're saying is you're not focusing on the show, you're focusing on the video.
He's focusing on Destiny in a video.
Wow, I can't believe you've done this.
Let me ask you a question. What are you playing right now, Luca? Are you playing something right now?
I'm playing Destiny.
Exactly, because I see you online right now. All right. Hold up, Luca. What are you doing right now?
Wow.
I'm playing, but I'm actively engaged in the conversation.
I will say
I just walked back though. I literally just came. My wife walked to the house, so I went to go say hi to her. That's why I wasn't here for like.
Okay, but I've been actively engaged in this conversation this entire time.
Well, so. I know. Could you just slander Slow-Mo again?
Oh, okay. All right. Wait, I didn't slander Slow-Mo.
I don't know. What did you do to Slow-Mo?
I did not slander Slow-Mo.
She didn't even talk to Slow-Mo.
Oh, that was somebody else.
Stop multitasking so much because you're doing it very poorly. Just saying.
I'm not trying to slam you. I was trying to come to your rescue, MFer.
I didn't need rescue.
He hit you with the abbreviation.
He called you MFer.
Nor do I need anyone to come to my rescue anyway.
Speak on it, King. Okay.
Two, no one was slandering me. So what are you talking about? You're just like, you should probably put Destiny down. Just long enough for the next 45 minutes so us to finish the podcast. So you can know what's going on.
You want to go play Cyberpunk?
What does that have to do with him?
I'm not playing.
He's not playing it right now, though.
I'm not playing.
He is playing it right now. We could check.
I'm on Steam right now. He's not playing it.
Oh, you not know?
No. No, I'm not playing Cyberpunk either right now.
Yes, you are.
Oh
no.
Did you make your flats in a certain size?
Oh my god! I named it Slow-Mo.
We're not going back.
Whoa! That's too much. That's too much.
No, it's time for me to go. I'm out.
Oh, you ain't got nothing to say about this man. This man just
you know, if I would have heard it, I would have said something.
I didn't hear what he said, and you know what? They don't need to be repeated. They don't need to be repeated. I'm just gonna act like nothing happened.
Be money, like I'm out of this.
Anyway, I'm just saying that, like, you know, and I did say this on someone's podcast. I was like, I hate when people are gaming while on the show, but I mostly hate it because they're not engaged. Like, as long as you're engaged, whatever, you know.
I can't tell you playing the game. It's cool.
Look, I had no idea you were playing a game.
See, because I'm engaged.
Yeah, no, you were talking about like Cyberpunk and why the whole thing with what 100 means and stuff like that. And Forte's quiet.
No, Forte wasn't here.
So many podcasts that he can't even keep his mind straight.
No. Forte wasn't here for the last 10 minutes because his wife.
Forte's astral projecting to another podcast.
No, listen, Luca even
now that would be the move if Forte is on another podcast while he's on a podcast.
He's a hologram on DPS right now.
Forte can do that. Wow.
I think I know someone who's done that before. I think someone has definitely done it.
I've done it.
I've done that before. I literally jumped to someone else's podcast to yell at them about something that they were saying that was stupid while I was on another one.
Yeah.
They said, aren't you on another show? I said, yeah, it's not my turn.
Oh my god. That's hilarious. So okay, so back to the 100 score thing. Should games though, as a rule of thumb, get that 100 score?
No. If they have problems, then no.
Is this what this guy? Okay, so this is what this guy. Because I literally was not here talking to my wife. My idea, and I think I even said that
when he's talking to his wife, he's talking about Destiny. That Destiny is his wife.
No. My wife, listen, because Luca even said it when she was like, because we were talking about, I was talking about helping her get something in the game. She said, well, you got the show tonight. Plus, I know you want to hang with your family. I was like, yeah, you're right. But I'm still going to help Luca do what she needs to do if she wants to do it tonight. But my wife just walked in the house and I ain't seen her since this morning. So I was like, oh, let me go speak to her. And then I just happened to come back and I heard you guys talking. Now I know what the conversation was about. So I'm going to throw my 2 cents on it. Enrique, you actually liked the tweet that I put up where I actually said that. I was like,
yes.
Well, a game, if a game has got glitches, it shouldn't get 100. It shouldn't get hundreds or tens. It shouldn't get any of that. That's kind of... some people will try to tell you like, oh, well, a perfect score doesn't mean that the game is perfect. Well, yeah, but that's like probably story.
That
has nothing to do with the mechanics of the game. The mechanics are broken in the game.
Yeah, that's contradicting your statement. You can't say a perfect score doesn't mean the game is perfect. I'm like, then why are you calling it a perfect score?
Why are you calling it a perfect game?
Yeah. Now I thought Gregor had a very good point earlier in the chat where he said that the way these reviewers are reviewing games and saying, well, the game's a masterpiece, but it's not perfect, but I'm gonna give it a 10 anyway. Instead of doing that, they should really go towards a B, C, D, F grading scale. Because like a game could be, you can give a game an A and be like, all right, that's a great grade, but that's not, it's not a perfect game. You can say it's not a perfect game. You can say a game that has like a great story, great side quest, great gameplay. It's just buggy as all get out, and say A- or A. Okay, cool. So, I'm cool with that.
Yeah. So the only time I said a perfect score that I agreed with, even though they did say there were some situations in the game that they wish were better, was when I think it was IGN and maybe by IBGN, they gave Breath of the Wild a 10. And I like to get into 10 because I love Breath of the Wild. Of course, you're always going to, fall victim to the games you care about the most. And that's one of my favorite games that came out that year. It's one of my favorite games ever that came out. And one of their critiques was that the world seems empty in certain spots, which is definitely a thing because the game is open, but you can see for hundreds of miles and there's nothing on that horizon that you can actually interact with until you get to certain areas. So I thought that was a fair critique, but it didn't take away from the story aspects and the event and the adventure side aspects. So I could see them saying like, this is a take that I think could be better, but I do think this game is still a masterpiece due to all of the parts and coming together. But when you're talking about bugs, a game that's got bugs and every reviewer is saying that, yo, this game is buggy, and then yet you give it a 10 or 100, I can't jive with that because you're fundamentally saying something's wrong with the game. It's not even a debate because It's not even an opinion, because there was people that was arguing like, well, reviews are opinions. And I said, yes, they are opinions. But when people saying there's bugs in the game and bugs are showing up for everybody, then that's not an opinion. That's a fact. They are there. Meaning if everybody can experience them, that's not just your only opinion that's really mattering, because it's something that's happening to everyone. So in that case, it should impact the score at least a couple of points to actually take it around for being a perfect score.
That's well said for it. Yeah, that's great. I agree.
Now, when you capping.
You better be careful, man. They're gonna come after you again, man.
The only game was, look, man, I never seen a man cap so much in my life.
Now I don't know. Maybe it's because I'm a Cyberpunk fan or what. And even though they're slightly irritating, no one is as annoying as those Last of Us 2 fans. I'm sorry. What? Okay, we can move on to something else.
Fans, they just wanted to be a part of a raging conversation that didn't matter.
I'm just saying, like, Last of Us 2 fans are like probably top 5 most irritating when it comes to bothering me.
Well, yeah, I mean, I can see that because they seem to not want to address any criticisms that people may have with the game, legit criticisms, like with the story or the structure of the story. It's just like automatically putting everyone in a bubble of you're homophobic, transphobic, or whatever, just because you didn't like certain aspects of the game. It's like, can you address what they're saying and not just, whitewashing them with a broad brush and just putting them in a category that they don't really fit in at all. Mm-hmm. But
that's a very specific term.
Use it on purpose.
The Last of Us 2 really it bred like just terrible people on both sides. Like if you like the fans were just annoying, like people who like are really about that game, they just want to annoy people. But if you were a person who just enjoyed it and you were vocal about it, like you had to deal with those fans too, who just wanted to prove to you how terrible it is and how bad. Why can you like it? And
so true. Speak on it. Like
some of the best.
Annoying. So go ahead all day. Sorry.
Some of the best animations I've ever seen. It's a technical masterpiece. But do I want to play another one? Nope. I'm good. That's just me. You know what I mean? But I give it a 9 out of 10. It was great. I'm done with it. You know what I mean?
Most people that beat that game said it was the worst experience in a game they've ever had playing a game, but the experience was worth having, but they would never have it again. Especially when
I understand it.
When it came to that game in general, not just in general, like games in general, but they just said, I love the story, but it's something that I don't want to ever watch again. It's just like those people that went to go see Endgame when they or Infinity War, when they said, yo, this movie was great. It was fun. It was amazing. Then the end sapped all the energy out of it, and I just don't want to see a movie like that again. That was
that was my wife said.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
She said, "Oh, you watching?" She said, "You're watching the depressing Avengers."
Yeah, you like, I want to watch that. Right, and that seems to like what that game did.
For me, like I've talked to people about this before. Joker, that movie is phenomenal. Mm-hmm. Like from start to finish. I love it. I love the themes. I love everything about it. I love how it's a critique on the mental health system and how it fails the people who are in poverty and poor, and how, like I love all of that stuff, right? I'm huge fan. And a lot of Arthur's behavior is stuff that I've seen reflected in others. And, it was very, it really hit me. And I think that movie is absolutely phenomenal, but I never want to watch it again because it's so depressing.
Yep. That's kind of how I felt when I left the theater. I was like, I'm okay with the experience that I had, but that's not one I think I can pop in and watch over and over again.
Right. And I think for a lot of those games, a lot of those movies, that was the director's intention. It was to really impact you in a way where you felt it, and it was thought provoking, and it made you think about it well after you finished viewing the movie. But it was more of a one-time thing. Like it kind of intended, just like you don't want to keep revisiting these feelings over and over again. Yeah. The Last of Us Part 2 has some aspects of that, but I think there are some flaws in the storytelling and the logic of it. I think there are also some issues with the structure, and I've said this multiple times. I said it in my review of it, that the days in Seattle shouldn't have been structured the way they were. They kept from the very beginning. They kept going back
because you already knew what was going to happen. You know,
right? And so like you kept going back and forth between Ellie and Abby, but and then you get to Seattle though, and you're with Ellie for 3 days, and all this stuff happens. Then you switch to Abby for the same 3 days, and it's like all this drama with these characters that you already know their fate. They're dead. Why do I care about this love triangle? These people are dead. It means nothing. I already know their fate. So it really saps out the emotion out of these well-written, well-acted moments. And it's like, if it would have been better if it was like Ellie one day 1, Abby day 1, Ellie day 2, Abby day 2, so on and so on. So then so when Ellie kills one of Abby's friends, and then you switch to Abby and you see her reaction in real time to her friend dying, that means so much more than, all right, well, I already know what's about to happen here. I already know what's going to happen right after this because I did this already. And so it's just like, I thought that structure was poorly done. Not poorly done, but I think it could have been better. And I mean, but this is almost kind of, it's not nitpicking, but it's like, you're seeing, as all they said, a technical masterpiece, beautifully created game and design, and the use of the tall grass to help them get this game look like that on really outdated old hardware. Really smart development by Naughty Dog, amazing sound design, like the way it was implemented. In certain moments, we get so tense moments where it was like this no sound whatsoever but the clickers. It's amazing, the heartbeat, in those tense moments where you're just like, man, it's like your palms start to sweat. It was so well done, but then it's just like that game's not perfect, and people have to acknowledge it's not a perfect game. Very, very great game though. Just like when people come up
with, realize too, not to cut you off, but to say, it's not perfect. That doesn't mean you can't enjoy it. Doesn't mean that it doesn't hit you a certain way. And that's what people get stuck in. It's like, if you
can't criticize shit no more without hating.
You can't.
Slomo and I have talked about The Last of Us 2, and I really enjoyed it. We saw it from 2 different perspectives. My second time through, I 100% agree with his review. Like, it would have been better and chronological, but it's also, Slomo pointed out, if you really if you don't just blaze through the game and you really explore it and you really and let it tell you the story trying to tell, there's some side things that are happening that you might miss. It's like some stories and some pieces, if you don't want to read some of the things and go through some of those parts, which I understand people don't always want to do, but there's like some other things in there which kind of flesh it out. And my second time through, it's almost like it hits you in a different way because what's going to happen, but there's conversations happening early in the game that resonate in later parts of the game that you didn't even pick up on the first time around. The different people you're going to meet and the different factions and the different characters and this and that. And it was kind of a trip playing it that second time because I was like, they totally made Ellie a boss, like a boss character that you had to fight. They turned her into a boss character. Like that's pretty wild that they flipped that on that like that. So,
I feel like too, like there's a lot of little stories and little notes you can find that sound real interesting. They didn't even expand on those cool little things sometimes, and I feel like sometimes they kind of missed the opportunity there. But
I thought they could have done little things show opportune times, because it was definitely points in the game where there was an opportune time to switch perspective and see what the other side went through, or just see what the other side experience was at that time. But I also thought that the game, could have benefited from having a standalone set of the game where you did play as Abby and you went through her experiences completely separate from what you went through in the base game. Just because, like Slomo said, the fact that you literally had to retread you had to do 8 hours as Abby for the things that you kind of already did just from a different perspective as Ellie.
Right.
And that's something that could have been either something that they could have had a situation where you can flash back and forth during your trip to Seattle in a perspective mode, saying that you want to see what the other scenarios are playing out as you're doing that through the
kind of like GTA.
Yeah, exactly. Like how GTA Story is. I knew it was a game that kind of did. I couldn't think of the name of it. But that would have been a perfect way to kind of not make the story bloated by just adding 8 hours to the game just because. And I'm not saying that the 8 hours they added wasn't beneficial to the story, because it did give you a chance to connect with Abby, but it also could have been done in a way where maybe it was only 4 hours added to the game, and we had key moments in the scenarios that were happening in those trips, or even when you got to the theater, where you got a chance to see different perspective, and the player has control of that. So when you're playing it, you can say, "Yo, what the heck just happened? Why did this all happen?" And then all of a sudden, you can switch perspectives, and it replays that scenario again, but from the other side, and you get a chance to see it that way. I think it's like really cool ways to do it, but we also know that they kind of wanted to pad the stats on this game a little bit, just to make the runtime a little bit longer. But it doesn't say that it wasn't beneficial to the story, because you did get some really good story beats out of it. It could have just been handled in such a better way, because most people are already upset due to the things that happened early, like very early in the game, and then you force them to play with a character that at that point in time they had no affection for whatsoever.
Yeah, and also I think it's a bit of a a disservice to Ghost of Tsushima, because there's a lot of people were saying like the only reason Ghost won was because people were just trying to get back at The Last of Us 2, and it never should have won, that like player's choice thing or whatever.
Yeah, the players, yeah. That's a part of the community I don't understand. Like, just both games aside, both are solid games. Both are open world, but obviously different types of different narrative, different characters. They both stand on their 2 feet. They both can be judged in their own merit. It's funny. Like we talk when you guys are talking about The Last of Us Part 2. Like I kind of agree with All Day. I don't think it's a game that I would want to go back and revisit again. I enjoyed it. It's one of my favorite. It was my game of the year up until Demon Souls.
As you should, King. King's
because it was emotionally heavy for me, I think, and I think that's why I won't go back and revisit it. Not that it's a bad game, it's just not something that I want to revisit again.
So you picked Demon Souls over Ghost?
No, my game of the year would be Demon Souls right now.
Really? I know how much you love Ghost of Tsushima.
Oh, I love Ghost of Tsushima.
But, I mean, look, Demon Souls is.
But Demon Souls is woo! Oh my goodness!
From a production value and what they did in the game, and a person that just started, but I haven't really gotten that far in it, I can literally see the love that they put into that game. And the thing is, it was already a game that was already a thing, but they did so much to make over that game that it makes people that didn't even want to try out this type of genre to even try it out. And I think that's the mark of a great remake of a game.
Yeah. No, it's hats off to Blue Point. They did a great game, and From is just wow. Miyazaki's a genius. I've said this to Luca the other day in chat, and
Miyazaki-san is a genius. I agree.
Yeah, he really is. I mean, the level design. Wow, the bosses. There's nothing like it that I've played.
Have any of you guys went back and beat the first optional boss at the beginning yet?
You can't.
I heard you can.
No, it's a different one.
Oh,
okay. There's 2 Vanguard demons in the game. One of them is at the Shrine of Storms, and one of them is at the beginning of the game, right? You can't go back to the beginning because he's in the prison, and you're not in the prison anymore. So unless you redo and start a new character, so you basically can only beat him at the very beginning on just skill alone with a brand new character. Yeah. And like also, there's like certain items there's an item you miss out on if you don't beat him. So that first time around. You can also tell that they're different because the one in the Shrine of Storms, he is free roaming, right? But the one in the prison has chains on him.
Okay. Yeah, I died the first boss.
I didn't even know. I was looking like, can I fight him? Because it looked like you can't even go anywhere. It's like, it looked like one of those scenarios where close your eyes, this is about to end fast.
Yeah,
is it like a visual cue for the game to let you know that it's your only chance to beat him here?
No. It's no view. It's no. You just die there and you go to the Nexus. And I thought, it was.
Some people can defeat him. I went.
Defeat him, Luca.
Well, no, I lost the first time around, but I went back. I created a new character. I went to fight him. He's very easy, especially after hours in the game. So all these bosses are easy for the most part, except for Flame Lurker. Flame Lurker is real difficult for me. So.
Yeah, Flame Lurker is a pain in the ass, and I'm having trouble with the final boss right now, who's also a pain in the ass.
Enrique out here making moves, huh? All right,
I'm proud of y'all, man. That's what I'm talking about. Y'all out here getting. You gonna get the platinum, Enrique?
Nah, I don't think I'm gonna get the platinum. I
called you Enrique.
Let me tell you what.
He eats tacos and burritos.
Oh my god, I love
shout out
tacos.
to Code.
Yeah, right. Shout out to Code. I do love tacos and burritos. I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if I'm going to platinum. Just there's so much. I want to get into Cyberpunk. I really want to get into that. Dragon Quest 11 just came out. I got that on the Series X. I want to get into that. I want to get back into Destiny.
Oh, wait. Did you say you said Series X, right?
Yes. Series X.
Yes, you're playing on your. Okay, so this pot just keeps getting thicker and thicker. So I thought the system was for your kids.
It is. They play it. They play it more than I do.
Okay.
Yeah, look, you can't.
You can play everything on kids now. You know that.
They do the same exact thing.
I'm playing Fortnite right now. Lit.
He said lit with my kids.
We over here.
Oh, that's too funny. Yeah. So Forte, I did download it. Hey, look, Dragon Quest, a game that I didn't get to. That I wanted to play on the PlayStation 4.
Great game, bro.
Yeah, it is. And I told a lot of people.
And stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I do want to play through because I played through it on. I have it on PlayStation, but at that time I was deep in my Destiny grind, and then it came out on Switch, and it was along that same time that I was playing Animal Crossing, and I said, well, let me just, it was when we were during our COVID time and stores were closed. I was at work doing door deliveries, and I was like, I'll just wait for people to come up. I'll just start this game. And Lord, it's really, really good. It's I like the story. I like the character development. It took me 70 hours roughly to beat it.
Okay. That's not bad. I've heard people put over 100 in that game.
Oh yeah. Well, if you do everything, if you become a slave to the map, it's definitely over 100 hours.
Yeah. There's just a lot of content I want to play right now.
But Demon Souls is your game of the year. You got to get the platinum.
Yeah, I don't. We'll see
right now. But if Cyberpunk is God tier, then it'll have to.
I don't blame you.
You know what? Facts, Luca.
Get it out the way.
Facts. Yeah.
Let me get this platinum. And shout out to Luca. She showed her worth because everybody was wondering, like, will Luca actually play PlayStation with me? But guess what? She went out there and not only played with you guys, she went over there and slayed demons for y'all while y'all were over. She basically kept y'all alive. She made sure y'all had weapons and stuff to do the things y'all needed to do. She's putting that work in, yo. So shout out to Luca for going over there and showing people on PlayStation that, I'm not just an Xbox fan. I'll help you guys too.
Forte, she gave me the best sword I've ever had in that whole game, man.
She just dropped that mug on the floor and was like, here you go.
Yep. She's like, here you go. I was like, yes, Luca, thank you.
That probably was like the 15th sword in her inventory. She was like, I'll just give you this one.
Yeah, she's like, I have an extra one, Enrique, if you want. I was like, yes, please. So
you felt like you just found the grail.
Yeah, no, I did because that sword is nasty. You go in there, you hear that thud that when you take people out. Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Oh man.
I'm glad you're enjoying it at least, because if you didn't like it, I would have asked for it back. I'm like, give me my sword back. But that was my extra though. That was my extra.
Yeah, no, I love it. Real quick before we wrap up the show, Sony released their digital download numbers for November. Miles Morales was downloaded more than Call of Duty, Black Ops, the new Call of Duty.
Well, on what? On PlayStation
Net? Didn't they just add ray tracing to that shit on the performance mode?
Is that the entire network or is that just PlayStation 5?
It's I have to go and look, but it's. Hold on.
That's impressive if it's the entire network.
Hold on. I'll tell you right now. I can find the article again.
Yeah, because I'm serious. That literally, if that's the entire network, that's remarkable. To beat a Call of Duty game on all platforms that your system.
What's that telling you, bro? They need to go back to the drawing board with this Call of Duty.
Spider-Man Miles Morales beats Call of Duty for most downloaded PS5 game in November.
Oh, yeah, PS5 game. Okay, there we go.
Let's see here. PS5. Most downloaded game in both regions on the play. Wait, Black Ops 4 was being the most downloaded PS5 in the EU. Most downloaded. Okay, in both regions. Yeah, it looks like PS5 then.
Okay, it's still remarkable, but if they would have said like the whole PSN network, I'd have been like, "Yo, bro."
Yeah, that would be
sells a lot on PlayStation 4.
Yeah.
People don't seem too enthused with the multiplayer right now, so maybe they say the campaign's good though. So
yeah, I've heard the campaign's good, but I haven't heard great things about the multiplayer.
I also wonder how many people bought the PS4 version because they don't have the PS5 and they got the version that gives you both for Call of Duty.
Yeah, that's true.
So that might have hurt the PS5 version numbers for Call of Duty too, but that still doesn't take away from the fact that we already knew that Spider-Man was going to do good on the PS5, even knowing it was a game that was cross-platform on two systems.
Mm-hmm.
It still was known as a PS5 game due to the way that Jim Ryan talked about it at first.
And isn't it two different versions of the PS4 and PS5 as far as like trophies and the actual like SKU goes, even though you can get, because I remember like, wait, no. I'm thinking
they added new trophies.
But
I think they added new trophies to the PS5 version or something like that.
Yeah,
so it's the same exact trophies for Miles Morales for PS4 and PS5.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
then that would be, how's that any different than Call of Duty that has a different version for PS4 and PS5? So I think probably sales wise that they're just counting them all together.
No, Call of Duty, in order to get the PS5 version, you have to buy the PS4 version.
So okay, but in regards to the sales and everything, when are they counting all the Call of Duty sales together?
No,
versus
no, they said PS5 in general because there is a PS5 SKU for Call of Duty that you can buy.
Again, so why is that any? So just on PS5 alone, Miles Morales is out selling Call of Duty.
I get what you're saying. No,
yeah,
that's why I said
digital download.
Like I get what you're saying. I'm just saying, was it PS4, PS5, or was it PSN Network? If it was PSN Network, that means it would have been the best-selling PSN store, meaning PS4, PS5. Yep. That means it would have outsold Call of Duty no matter what on all platforms.
That's why I was wondering whether it's just like regardless of PS4 or PS5.
No, it was just PS5.
Okay, so on combined, Call of Duty outsold
it on all platforms.
Okay,
yeah, but that's still, like I said, that's still a good win because a lot of people buy Call of Duty and a lot of people wanted to play the next gen version. But it also speaks to the fact that, like you guys always say, first party games is what drives the initial sale of systems. And that game being a game that was, quote unquote, exclusive to the PlayStation platform and being something that was available day one with PS5, it really moved the needle. I'm kind of shocked Demon's Souls wasn't up there, but then again, Demon's Souls is still a niche game, even knowing a lot of buzz was around that game.
I think even more people bought it than they would have if it had just come out like at any other time, just because it's like, oh, this is first party, new generation. Let me go ahead and try it out and not be able to get past the first boss.
Well, I've never bought a Demon's Souls game or a Dark Souls or any type of game like
Demon's Souls is in the top 10, by the way, is digital downloaded game.
The only game I bought day one that was in that realm was Sekiro. That's the only game I bought that was in that realm. Outside of that, none of these Demon's Souls or Dark Souls games. I bought it because it was a next gen game that I wanted to have with the system.
Yeah, and now we have 60. We got the performance mode with ray tracing, which is
very cool. Very cool.
That's very awesome.
That's sweet. 60.
Yeah, I need to try that out. I wanted to play it earlier today when I saw it was announced, and I do have the. I turned my PS5 on while we were podcasting, and I saw that the update already started downloading. So
nice.
I probably won't be able to actually test it out until tomorrow because I'm definitely going to play Cyberpunk once this podcast is over. But
Oh yeah, I'm getting to wrap up this podcast right now so I can play some Cyberpunk.
So
I'm not gonna lie. Yeah, Cyberpunk's calling me. Although Slovo, I looked at the optimization, through NVIDIA, the GeForce experience, and they turned off. Let's see here. I have a 2070. Most settings are at high, and then ray tracing. They did RTX DLSS is balanced. Ray trace lighting off. Ray trace reflections off. Ray trace shadows on. Ray tracing on.
Oh, so basically you got the lowest setting because ray trace shadows is like the lowest hit, like the smallest hit that ray tracing would do. Once you get the lighting and the reflections, that's when your frame rate goes into the toilet. So yeah, that it is recommending the lowest, which is fine. Look, I would still take that in place. Probably still is going to look great for you. My GPU is over with MSI right now, so I'm running a backup GPU, a 1060 right now. So I don't have ray tracing or any of that other stuff. I'm thinking it's going to tell me low settings. So.
Yeah. I'm gonna use the optimized settings because I don't want the frame rate to tank. Like I don't want to be playing this game like 20 FPS or anything like that. No lower
than 60 ever. So
yeah.
At least I gotta drop it down to 1080p on this trash 1060 I'm using right now.
Yeah. I thought about dropping my res from 1440 to 1080. And see if I could just use the ray trace, see how that works. I don't know.
Resolution is the biggest hit to frame rate. So if you did that, it would definitely go a long way. If you did that plus had ray tracing and DLSS on, because DLSS you could up-res with DLSS.
Oh, that's right. I can up-res. Yeah. I can do that.
That could be, that could kind of substitute that for you. Then do that machine learning, kind of fill in the pixels where you need to be.
I might do that. You should do that, and then when you do it, you should screenshot it and put it on Twitter and say, "Yo, Cyberpunk at 4K looks amazing, right?" And see how you actually realize that it's not in 4K; it's up-res from 1080p.
Yo, facts. Yep.
Do
my goodness.
I thought y'all could see 4K.
Right. Let me get this last super chat here. James 176 with the $2 super chat says Destiny 2 60 frames on Series S. Wow.
Look, man, I actually saw some gameplay. I was looking at a couple, because when I was like searching terms for the video and stuff, I saw people's like it was like a couple of hours after my video went live, and I saw other people talking about theirs, and they was like 60 frames on the S, and they were showing the field.
What's the resolution on the S?
1080p.
1080p. Okay.
Yep. 1080p, 60 frames per second. They don't have the 120 hertz mode for PvP. But they do have the field of view slider. And
I was for all PvP or just certain modes in PvP?
No, all of PvP.
All PvP.
Oh wow, that's pretty nice.
That's nice.
If you have the display to actually take advantage of it.
Slomo, console gaming is not expensive, sir.
Oh, I forgot.
Definitely expensive. You trying to go 120 frames per second. But no, I was looking at some people's gameplay and I was like, yo, that don't look that bad. I mean, you could definitely tell it's at 1080p. But overall, I think that the game is just more enjoyable now. And that's the one thing I think people just have to realize. It's like it feels like it doesn't feel like a game that you played before because you haven't played it this way. And I've been telling people for even Luca was like, yo, I was talking to Taz about it. Taz was like, yo, this is amazing. And Luca was like, so what? Wait, you didn't believe PC guys when they were telling you it? He was like, no, I believed it, but seeing and believing is two different things.
Facts, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I like I said before, it's like, it's why I've always said to you, Forte, I'm like, I don't even understand how you can come back. I wouldn't come back. It's cool that you did for your friends. That's awesome. But I would have been like, you better get on this PC because I'm not coming back. I am not coming back.
I don't have to anymore. It's over.
It's over. Yeah, exactly.
You see now how like I think it was one time me and Forte were playing Destiny on PC, and then Luca was like, come join me. So we actually went to Xbox and joined her.
I think I said join the party. I didn't say come play with me.
I think you did say come play.
I'm pretty sure I didn't.
Anyway. I'm going back to my story because I know what I remember.
You have a bad memory. You're an old.
You have a bad memory.
You You are working. You are a man, okay?
Hey, listen.
I would not ask you to play with me, Slow Mo. I already know what's up, okay?
All right.
Anyway, I'm
pulling a villain.
Look, all I know is
the same game together in the party, but we're not going to play together, right?
All I know is what happened is Slow Mo.
Wrap it up so we can play some Cyberpunk.
All I know is me and Slow Mo were in Destiny playing PvP. Lucas sent the party invite. And I was on PC, so I jumped in the park.
It was before that. It was some update, and we were going to some kind of like time loop thing, going back. So it was that. We did that before. We did a run of that before we did PvP. And it was just like because we literally were just playing at over 100 frames per second on PC, and then within 5 minutes we were playing it at 30 frames per second. It was so jarring. Like I felt like I was moving in molasses. It was like my aim was all over the place. I was like over aiming enemies.
Well,
it was like
what happened. We played like 5 or 6 games. And remember what we said? We was like, I said, Slow Mo, get used to. I said, that's okay. Once you get used to it, you gonna be dominating over here because everything gonna feel like it's so much faster to you.
Welcome
now
to the DPS podcast. This has been a good show. And
yes, exactly.
Hey,
and that note, we're gonna wrap up because
you listen to the show all day.
Because
when I catch it,
all these looking around like, what?
Mr. Krabs for sure.
I'm gonna message. I'm gonna say, yo, DPS podcast. Here's your special link.
All right.
Wrap it up. I understand. I get you want to play Cyberpunk. Let's go.
Yeah, I want to play some Cyberpunk. So
you fall asleep in 2 minutes anyway.
No, I'm not gonna fall asleep. Forte in 2 minutes. I'm gonna
Forte already sleep.
Yeah, Forte, you fall asleep with the show one time and snoring. All right. So on that note, I want to give a big shout out to everyone in the live chat for hanging out with us tonight. Definitely appreciate it. As always, hit that like button. If you're new, subscribe, hit the bell notification so you know when we go live. Big shout out to our guests this evening. First and foremost, the Ash and Luca. Luca, it's always a pleasure having you on BRAP. Thank you again for coming on. Please let everyone know where they can find you.
You guys can find me on Twitter and on YouTube at the Ash and Luca. I make YouTube videos and I post on Twitter. Yeah. Thanks for having me. Bye.
Absolutely. And then we also have All Day Digital, who's actually part of the Scumcast on Saturdays at is it 3 p.m. Central, 3 p.m. Eastern? I was
3 p.m.
Central. 3 p.m. Central, 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So All Day, thank you again, man. Always a pleasure having you on. Thank you for helping me step up my soap game. Looking out. And
hey, I need you to do some homework, man. Find out that conversation, and we need to revisit it because I don't know where it comes from. But
The what?
Hold on.
I'm so lost right now.
You keep on mentioning soap, man. I forgot.
Oh, yeah. All right. All Day. Let everyone know where they can find you, sir.
Twitter. Yeah. All day. Twitter. Yeah.
No doubt, man. Oh, thank you. Appreciate it, man. And then we also have Eric Jackson. Be safe down there, man. Hope your house doesn't get raided by the governor. Let everyone know they can find you.
No doubt. Yeah, you can find me on Twitter. You see Jackson with an X. Just want to shout out Luca and All Day for coming through. Scumcast in the building.
Yeah, going on a tour, man. It's disgusting. Disgusting. I'm over here. I'm over here emulating Forte and Slow Mo. This is my 3rd podcast this week.
I don't think I've ever done 3 podcasts in 48 hours. I don't know about that one.
It was probably 6.
I also didn't say that you did 3 podcasts in 48 hours. I said a week. 3 podcasts this week. Okay?
Yeah.
Slow mo? Okay, that's what I thought. Anyway, let's go.
Wow.
What?
I mean, so aggressive for no reason.
I want to shout out Enrique for having the show under 2 hours, which shows it is possible.
It is possible, especially when you have games to play. It is.
Start riding to midnight and we're gonna end this shit anytime soon.
You heard me all day.
Yeah. What the
yeah.
Anyway,
Kevin Garnett.
Wow.
Enrique, you my dude, man. I know you're trying to get at that game, so I'm not gonna hold you up.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
I'm not gonna hold you, dog.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Then we got my man B Money. B, let me know where they can find you, sir.
You can find me everywhere. Same name, B Money 101.
It's going down.
2K. Final
and on 2K. Yeah. Although I think
how you liking 2K, man? You liking 2K in the next gen?
Yeah, I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah,
nice.
that's good.
Yeah.
I see Enrique still make his way over to your court to get that smoke.
He still ain't pulled up, but I'm
Enrique ducking hard.
Let him live. You know what I mean? Cyberpunk is out, man. But
I'm not ducking.
Yes, you are.
You make it start. So you make it
about 10 days, man.
You about to go look at the stadium characters in Cyberpunk.
Exactly.
Oh, he making big business decisions right now. Like, I want to go here and get called.
B, don't worry, man. I will be there, man. I'll be on the court, man.
It's gonna be 20.
Everybody in the chat, man. Enjoy that Cyberpunk, man. Hope you guys enjoy it for sure.
Yep.
Woo! Cannot wait to play tomorrow morning. I'm so excited.
Enjoy it, yes.
We're gonna be playing tonight, y'all. Right at 12 o'clock.
Huh?
She ain't sleeping.
I'm going to bed.
Listen.
Going to bed is a hidden.
All right, wait, Forte. Let me know where they can find you. I got to play Cyberpunk.
Game Forte everywhere: YouTube, Twitter, Xbox Live, PlayStation. All those good places. DPS podcast tomorrow night on the Homies channel. 7 o'clock. We're gonna be talking about all of that stuff that's going on when it comes to the Game Awards. And yeah, man, you guys have a great week and appreciate everybody in the chat that showed up to the last video, man. I was blown away, and thanks for all the support.
Absolutely amazing. Shogun, I saw what you said, dog. I'm trying to listen. I'm trying to make my videos longer, but like I don't have the bullshit meter in yet where I can just make shit up and ramble on for 12 plus minutes. So sorry, okay? I'll get it one day, man. I'll get it one day. All right.
I feel personally offended because my last video was 12 minutes.
No. Oh, that video was not. That was fun. I even called it. I was like, he gonna cut this shit to 12 minutes. It was 18 minutes when he started.
Yeah, there was a lot of editing.
But you know how much hot air slow-mo blows out of his own mouth. He had to cut 6 minutes of it out.
Wow, yeah. That's really.
It was a great video, though.
Yeah, great video, dog. I definitely wasn't reading that article because I don't care about Halo, but I went and I watched the video.
Appreciate it. I got to check that video out. Yeah. Slow-mo, let me know where they can find you, sir.
Yeah. One great show, guys. Really funny. Had a good time. You guys can find me on my own YouTube channel, Slow-Mo Backslap, as well as Twitter, same name, and all other gaming platforms is all Slow-Mo Backslap. So if you look it up, that's who I am. And come check us out tomorrow, as Forte said. It won't be a recap of the video game show. It's a live stream. So just if you want to watch the show, you can watch it with us. And when it's boring as all get out, me and him will be arguing. So we'll keep it in.
There will be healthy debates on that show for sure.
Oh,
all right,
absolutely.
I'm gonna go play Cyberpunk. Yep, I'm gonna go play some Cyberpunk. Thank you everyone in the live chat. Thank you again, Luca and All Day. All Day just dropped out. He's back. Thank you again, All Day.
Yeah, no problem. Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
Absolutely.
Hey, my outro was kind of messed up because I was getting some feedback, so I was like hearing myself talk, so it was fucking me.
Okay, listen, he's on Scumcast. All right, can we go? Let's go. Let's get out of here. All right, $5 day on Scumcast, aka Scumcast. All right, let's go.
All right.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Legion of Scum, baby.
Legion of Scum.
Yeah. All right. Baby. Yeah. All right. On that note, I'm out. Everyone, please go enjoy Cyberpunk 2077. Please.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Peace.